Good evening to our respected teacher and my friends. I, Abhishek Shah, would like to quickly introduce my group members Ankit Kumar, Nihal Kumar, and Akash Adhikari. Hope all you are doing good. We will definitely get past this difficult time. So, our topic for this presentation is going to be data security in cloud computing. S- What is cloud computing? We all have heard about cloud computing. It is one of the most trending technology in past few years. Cloud computing provides us a mean by which we can access the application as utilities over the internet. It allows us to create, configure, and customize application online. With cloud computing, user can access database resources via the internet from anywhere for as long as they need without worrying about any maintenance of management of actual resources. We don't have to maintain any infrastructure on premises. Now you all people will be wondering what we mean here by cloud. So the cloud here refers to a network or internet. In other words, we can say that cloud is something which is present as a remote location. Yes, you heard it right. We don't have to maintain any infrastructure on premises. In simple word, cloud computing is both combination of software and hardware based computing resource delivered as a service, as a network service, and it is priced as pay as you use. Leading cloud providers are Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure. Now coming to the our second part, that is data security. Cloud computing is very promising for the IT application. However, there are still some problems to be solved for personal users and enterprises to store data and deploy application in the cloud computing environment. One of the most significant barrier to adoption is data security, which is accompanied by issues including compliance, privacy, trust, and legal matters. Data security is a set of standards and technologies that protect data from intentional or accidental destruction, modification, or disclosure. Data security has constantly been a major issue in information technology, but in the case of cloud computing, it become more serious. Why so? Because data is located all around the globe. We don't know which our data is located, in which country, in which continent, we don't know. Data security and privacy protection are two major factors of user concern about cloud technology. Cloud computing can save an organization time and money, but isn't it that trusting the system is more important? Because we can say that the most important asset of a company now is their data, which they store in cloud. Data security and privacy protection issues are relevant to both hardware and software in cloud architecture. Our PPT review different security techniques and challenges from both software and hardware for protecting data in the clouds. We in this PPT we have came up with some issues and their solutions, which will now taken away with my friends, starting from Ankit Kumar.
Thank you, Abhishek. Now, one of our concern is data integrity. So, what is data integrity? Data integrity means protecting data from unauthorized deletion, modification, or fabrication. It can be defined as the data should be recorded as the original, and at the time of receiving, it should ensure that it send the original data. So, it is concerned why? It is concern of data loss or manipulation. So, what is the way to protect the data? Using message authentication code algorithm, we can protect our data. As you can see here, the steps of this algorithm. As a process, this algorithm verifies the data has remained unaltered in transit from source to destination. Wondering how it's going to be done? Here is your answer in this picture. We are encoding the data at the source, and only authorized person can decode it at destination using a key. You can observe that the key at source and destination that used for lock and unlock of the data. So I am concluding that using this algorithm in data integrity, we can protect our data from manipulation. Now my friend Akash will proceed with next concern. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit. Our next concern is data confidentiality. Confidentiality refers to protecting information from being accessed by unauthorized parties. In other words, only the people who are authorized to do so can gain access to sensitive data like your bank records. Protecting data confidentiality. Protecting data confidentiality is about protecting data against unintentionally unlawful or unauthorized access. It have two ways. One, IB, which is called identity based encryption, and second one is data concealment. So what is IB? IB is a form of public key in cryptography in which a third party server use a simple identity such as an email address to generate a public key that can be used for encrypting and decrypting electronic messages. The owner of data can encrypt their data by specifying the identity of the authorized entity to decrypt it. If entity identity matches the one specified by the owner, it can then access data. Like Bob sent the message to Alliance. By using Alliance identity, Bob encrypt the message. Private key generator setup algorithm generate a master key for Alliance. Alliance shows and proves her identity for PKG like alliance@alliance.com. Even with prevent identity key generating algorithm generate private key for Alliance. And data concealment. Data concealment approach masks real data with the visual fake data to falsify the real data volume. Like companies are used variously of data concealment technique to protect their confident data from attackers. Data concealment technique increase the overall volume of real data, but provide enhanced security of the private data. The objective of data concealment is to make the real data safe and secure from malicious users and attackers. Now my friend Nihal is continue next part.
Thank you, Akash. Our next concern is data availability. As the term suggests, data availability means that the data must be available 24 into 7, such that when and where it is required, it can be accessed. For example, like YouTube. We can access the content or data of YouTube from any place and at any time we want, whether it is 8 o'clock in the morning or 12 o'clock at the night. And the same data can be accessed by any number of users at the same time. So how we can ensure this data availability? Well, it can be done in few ways. First, having backup copies of data. Suppose for any reason if our data is lost due to failure of storage component, then having its backup copy won't result in loss of information. Next is having multiple servers. We know that data is stored on the server. If in any case the server fails, we must have another server which is having copy of that data such that data is always accessible. Next is institute automatic failover. It basically ensures that service is tested such that there is no failure and unavailability. Our next concern is data privacy. Data privacy means that service should take care of both encrypting the files and storing them safely in the cloud. This ensures that no one, including the service provider or the administrator, can have access to the data files. So how we can ensure data privacy? Well, for that we can use ORAM technology. What is ORAM technology? It is basically a compiler that transforms algorithms in such a way that the resulting algorithms preserve the input-output behavior of the original algorithm, but the distribution of memory access pattern of the transformed algorithm is independent of the memory access pattern of the original algorithm. ORAM has been widely used in software protections and have been used in protecting the privacy in cloud as a promising technology. At last, I would like to conclude that cloud computing is a promising and emerging technology for the next generation of IT applications. The barrier and hurdles towards the rapid growth of cloud computing are data security and privacy issues. So no organizations will transfer their data or informations to the cloud until the trust is built between the cloud service providers and the consumers. A number of techniques have been proposed by the researchers for data protections and to attain highest level of data security in the cloud. However, there are still many gaps to be fulfilled by making these techniques more effective. Thank you and stay safe.